to share. It will be easier for us to share for those who are not here instead of being drawn back all the time. So my duty had been made very simple. It has been simplified because Ms. Bassi is here to tell us all. And then the number of us that are here, I'm sure will be able to tell others when they raise questions on the platform. There are so many of us, probably the timing for the meeting is not so conducive for those who will be at work. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's being recorded and then we can share later on. So I'll just introduce myself and let you know exactly who is UNWomen. All right. My name, like I said, is Kufuola Oshibikon. Ola Oshibikon, okay to some people. Mrs. Ola Oshibikon to some people. Sister Ola Oshibikon to some people. But that is who I am. And I am the group managing director at Concerned.So Group. Concerned Group helps individuals and government agencies, corporate bodies to live comfortably in branding, corporate cleaning, professional cleaning, and business development, entrepreneurial development. Personally, I love to talk to people about business, love to see their businesses. My business to train, to motivate, and to also mentor a lot of businesses, both nationally and internationally. And that's what brought us to this place as we are right now. I'm in cohort 2 of the training. So I found out that it's very valuable if you really want to up your skill in business. And it doesn't matter the kind of business you are doing, all that is constant is change and movement. And because I saw the values that are in this business, especially the way the Do Take Action team is going about it, so I decided to talk to all my networks, both in the church, in the everywhere. And so here we are. So who is UNWomen exactly? You know, UNWomen is United Nations entity, okay, that is dedicated to women, basically. They see to the fact that there's gender equality. Sorry, I didn't really sleep too well. Okay, so they are dedicated to gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls, you know? So this is why this is their own concern, because they found out that only like 1% of African women are involved in procurement. And even the little number that are involved are not proficient enough. So they hired Do Take Action. I'll leave it for Ms. Bassi to kick it off from there. And then those of you on this platform, the cohort you are going to be, and what will be expected of you in the cohort. Ms. Bassi, please, if you are ready, we are ready to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam O.K. Good to have you all here. It's really, really, really been an interesting journey, and I'm really, really excited to have you all. I mean, cohort 3 will be starting very, very soon, so you will get to see a whole lot of me. So I am Miss Bassi Ndifreke. So I'm going to be your, I don't know, am I audible enough? Am I audible enough now?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay, okay. So
it's
I am the community
lead. They have some. Okay, you can go ahead now. I've muted them.
Okay. All right. I am Miss Ndifreke Bassi. So I'm going to be your community lead. So I'm presently the community lead for cohort 2. So I'm going to be more like the person you come to if you have any questions whatsoever. So Madam O.K. has done a very interesting job in introducing what the UNWomen and Do is all about. I mean, she's presently in cohort 2, and I believe she knows what she has achieved so far since the beginning of the class. So basically, this training is termed the women economic empowerment through affirmative procurement, right? So I know you've been seeing it on the group chat and you've been wondering what it is. So basically, this whole training is meant to make the women stand out in the procurement game. So we are going to equip you with everything you need to stand out. You know, basically now the men has been succeeding. I mean, there's no room for the women for a very long time now. So the UN is trying to bridge that gap. They're trying to bring the women into the procurement space and make them to compete as much as the men are already competing. So we don't want to always be known as the women who sit back and make the men go forward and take the lead. So right now, the UN is creating an opportunity for women to also come in and compete for this bid. So like so far so good. It's been a very wonderful journey. We have lots of women who are coming up with bids that they're winning, and it's been so interesting, and it's been so, I mean, what will I call it? It's been so amazing having those women do that, which is rare coming from a woman. You know, the women are always seen as a weaker version of everything. They're like they put us below. But this program is going to teach you every skill you need to be a procurement boss. All right, you bid for bids. We tell you what to do to make it through your bidding sessions, and we encourage network amongst us as well. So this program is really going to be beneficial to everyone here. So let me quickly read a brief overview of what the the philosophy of this program is. So basically, it's like Miss Mrs. O.K. said, it's basically being sponsored by the UN. So we are partnering, the Do team is partnering with the UN to make this a reality, all right? So this project includes policy reform, institutional strengthening of public sector institutions to adopt and implement affirmative procurement provisions, okay? It also creates advocacy to support private sector adaptation of gender responsive supply chain practices and capacity strengthening of 1,360 women-owned business to assess procurement opportunities. So this is basically the base of this program. So we want to empower women-owned businesses, all right, we want to empower you for procurement opportunities. We want to tell you where to go, how to go about it, and how to also succeed in the procurement game. So that is that about the procurement, the whole women economic empowerment for procurement through affirmative procedures. So now, I have been posting a couple of links so far on the group. All right, I have 3 links, and I think that is where most of the questions would be coming from. Okay, the first link is register as a GDC. The second one is to register a project, and lastly, to register for this cohort, the training. So it's not enough for you to be on the WhatsApp group. We need to also capture your personal details and onboard you at some point. So now the first thing you need to do before joining the Do community is to register as a GDC. So the GDC now is more like your ID. Okay, without your GDC code, we don't know who you are. So in order to be a part of our platform, you need to register as a GDC. Now, who is a GDC? A GDC is an acronym which is used for a grassroots development champion. Who is a grassroots development champion? A grassroots development champion is one who is passionate about driving social change in the community, in your immediate community. It can be a collaborative work, or it can be an individual work. But the thing all boils down to you driving social change in your community. You know, so far, the UN has been putting things in order for us to drive social change, you know, because if we had to wait for the government to do these things for us, it's going to take a whole long time. So that is why we've split it out to individuals to come up with, we've designed program and projects which you can engage in to help drive this sustainable development in your community. So when you are doing it at your end, another person is doing it at another end, within a twinkle of an eye, you see that this problem that was very huge will become smaller. And at some point, you see we don't have problems with that. So you need to register as a GDC to be recognized under our platform. So that is the first step, and the link is on the platform. So the next step after registering as a GTC is for you to register for a community impact project. All right. I also shared the link, which is step 2, to register as a community impact for a community impact project. A community impact project is still the same as what I just explained earlier. So we've come out with 8 issues that we are working with. So in under each issue, there are brief explanation of each issue. So you could go through the whole issue, read through them, and under each issue we have sub issues. So when you click on each issue, you're going to see the sub issues under it. So if you read through it, let's say for instance, you're going can you hear me please? Am I audible enough?
I saw in the chat box somebody saying they
Okay.
cannot hear. So I was asking the question whether can anybody hear now, please?
Are you all hearing me, please?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much for that. All right, so I stopped at projects. So like I said, maybe for instance you want to register for projects under health. So under health, we have lots of sub issues under health. You could click on the link and click on good health and well-being, and then under good health and well-being, for instance, we have depression, stress, and suicide. If that works for you, you can just click on it and saying it's faint. Is it better now? I believe it should be better now because this is like the highest volume of my audio. So let's say under health, you wanna go for
I think your network is a bit wacky. Your network has thrown you out. All right, so I think Ms. Bassi is having some network issues right there. And finally, the network flew out. So if you have any questions so far from what she has said, please let's have them. You either raise your hand and ask your questions, and let me try and deal with those before she signs back in. Do you have any questions so far, or we all understand exactly what we are driving at with this program?
Okay, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
So, Miss Bassi, I saw you signing in. Are you okay now, or you've been thrown out again? Because I'm finding it difficult to see you among the participants. Okay, so I think Miss Bassi had been thrown out again. The network is not friendly today. Mm. Hello, Miss Bassi.
Yes, Mas. I'm trying to log back in. My network is really
Network
difficult.
is really bad today. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm trying to go back in now. Just shortly.
All right.
Connected to another Wi-Fi.
All right. Thank you. So sorry about that. She's trying to log in with another Wi-Fi. The network actually threw me out, in and out too. So the network had been horrible today. I'm gonna make somebody else. Okay, I think there she comes with the tech team.
Um, so sorry, amazing woman. It's been really a struggle with the network today. So I truly apologize for the break in transmission. I'm truly sorry. I didn't mean to take so much of your time. So I'm going to dive in straight to the project, like I was saying earlier on. So now we have 8 issues. Under that 8 issues, you could choose whichever one you works for you. If you want to do health, we have good health and well-being, we have economic growth and opportunity, we have inclusion, we have climate change, we have democracy, we have quality education. So whichever one works for you, you can easily pick them and click on each project there, you will see take action. So when you click on that, it's going to take you straight to where you can register for the project. But I'm always going to be there to guide you in case you need further information. Now, there are 4 ways in which you can execute a project. Now, the first one is execute a community project. To execute a community project, this is where you do a physical execution of a project. So now in this case, maybe let's say you want to do, let me just do something under, okay, zero malaria, for instance.
You probably want to put off your video. Maybe that could help with your network. Hi, Miss Bassi, can you hear me? Oh, dear Lord. She's thrown out again. Okay, is there any question so far? If you still do not understand what we are doing, please feel free to ask questions so that you are not just in the program for the sake of it. Like I was saying, is the United Nations Women Program. And we all know that United Nations is all about gender equality and having quality lives for women and girl children. Okay, so they is a global champion for women and girls, and UNWomen was also established to accelerate progress on meeting our needs, you know. So this is one of our needs, and that's what they are trying to meet right now. Like the procurement thing, the affirmative procurement is to make sure that women in business are really up there, because a lot of women, even unexpectedly do not understand that they can take part in procurement. And that's all what this program is all about. So you see yourself as that woman that can really make money in millions. As a matter of fact, in billions, why not? So when the UNWomen found out that only 1%, I also shared what we found in Lagos State concerning procurement, women to men ratio. I share that on the platform. It will shock you to realize that even in food, what do you call in catering, men got more jobs in Lagos State than women, registered women in catering. So this shouldn't be, because we are supposed to be the helpmeet. And if the helpmeet is not doing anything, how do you make up helping your spouses? So this is why it's really, really is a thing of concern for me. And that I just feel that every woman I know in this world should be in this program. And the program had been very valuable so far. You get to network, even with the procurement DGs and all of that. You get to know a lot of things, and you get to know platforms where you can get these beats, you know? So as many women as you can tell them. But what she was trying to explain to us before she was thrown out, we'll take your questions, or you just raise up your hand and ask your questions. Okay, so what she was trying to explain to us is also what you need to do before you can be trained. You see, the UNWomen is trying to enhance our lives, and we also should impact on other lives in our community. So before you are taken in, it's one of the things you need to do before you are trained. You need to have a project. You need to be registered as a GDC, you know. That's grassroots champion. You need to be doing something within your community. It doesn't matter what, just be affecting lives positively. Like what I'm doing now can be counted as a GDC project for me. Although some of us have been doing all of these things, and you can also bring up what you have been doing that you didn't even count as community development. You know, some of us train and we mentor the youth. Like I do mentor Lagos State youth as the CSR for Copsol Group. We mentor businesses in Lagos for LSETF. You know, all of these things are affecting the community. Even if it's building a bathroom at your gatehouse at the estate where you live with the help of others, that's going to affect lives positively, and that's the community job, the community work you can do. So that was what she was trying to explain to us. So if you still have questions around this, let us know, because it seems as if the network is not friendly with our dear Bassey today. If you understand what I've said, please type yes in the chat box. And if you do not understand, please type no in the chat box so that we can see that. I was called from the office, having registered a project on Know Your Rights. How do I go about it? It's scheduled for Thursday, hence nothing has been sent to my mail. Okay, you sign in as Galaxy A12 or A21, so it's a bit difficult to know who we are talking to. Could you please change your name, so that we can relate with you better and we'll be able to get to you to solve this issue. Since you want to do your project on Thursday and today is already Monday. Okay. So this question about registering with a business that is not yours. I don't get that. Is it for the GDC or for the training? Because you cannot register with a when you go on the training and you start your procurement business, you will see that you will be doing yourself a lot of disservice if you are using another person's business. You will need to go through a lot of registrations. So part of all of these things is also to put it, because most of the things that do not allow us to be able to be competitive enough is the fact that we are very bad with paperwork. We are really bad with paperwork. Come on, register your business is always a problem for women. I'm sorry, I really need to tell us the way it is. So that's part of it. Don't use another person's business. Use your own. If you don't have a business of your own, give it a name. Like, for instance, my name is Kofoworola Olaoshebiko. I can decide that my business name is Kofoworola Olaoshebiko. And then I go ahead and register that as a business name. It's very easy to do. I'm going to bring somebody on the platform also to come and talk to us about business registration and also to help us with registration of our businesses. Because if you use another person's business name, by the time you are ready to start making money for yourself, this person had already gained ground and the person is already using your name. You are going to be able, you won't be able to take it back. Even if you are now starting your own and you want to do your business, that person already had, the prerequisites. And, in business also before really, really matters. People will ask you for experience. And part of your experience, you've already sold out to another business. So what I'm going to do on that O.K'S network, business network, we have done it on other network because we have many of these networks, so we have done this and we are going to as well, so that we can tell you how to register your businesses and what to do. It's very easy to do. Very easy. You can register a limited liability and you can register just a business name so that you don't lose out at the end of the day. And like I said, one of the problems we have as women is keeping our books. We are not registered. When we are registered, we are not paying taxes. When we are paying taxes, we're not just doing it right. And that's why the men are taking over. And seriously, we are not in competition with men. We just want to live a good life, so that we can also support these men and support our children, most especially, because the men, as we can see, they can be fathers to so many, but you are just a mother to your children alone, to just your children. Some of these men, even they are catering for children that are not theirs, either knowingly or unknowingly. But your business should be to be able to support them and also to support your children. And that's why, because the UNWomen wants us to live a very, very good, rounded life. That's why they are doing all they are doing. And we should encourage them by doing what we need to do. So part of what we need to do is also right now to affect our community positively. Yes, GDC is an acronym for Grassroots Development Champion. So when you take part in the GDC program, you are a champion. You are a champion. So Ms. Bassi, if you are here with another device, let me know, please, in the chat box, because I can see 968-398. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. 39. Please, when you are coming for a meeting, do well by changing your device to your name so that we can know we're in the same room for. Miss Bassi is there. Who is saying Miss Bassi? Miss Bassi, please, can you unmute yourself if you are here? And let's hear you out. I can't see any of your devices there. I can't see any take action.
Can you hear me, ma? I'm signing into my colleague's Zoom link. I don't know if you can hear me, ma.
Okay, is that Churchill?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we can hear you now and we can see you.
All right, so I'm back. Sorry about the breaking transmission. Like I said, we've been dealing with a whole lot of network issues today, so I apologize for that. Right, so I stopped at the project, the ways in which you could execute your project. I believe Madam O.K. here has told you the importance of why you need to execute a project in your community. So there are 4 ways in which you can carry out a project. The first one, like I was explaining before I was logged off, is to execute a community project. So like I said earlier on, this is a physical thing. You have to do it in the presence of people, not online or any other way. So you need to have at least 10 persons in participation of that. So let's say, like I said earlier on, you're working on a project for zero malaria under good health and well-being. So you need to have at least 10 persons in attendance that you can talk to. Can I hear you?
We can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear. It could be from the person not hearing you. It could be from our own end.
Any other person, are you having the same issue of not hearing me, please?
We can hear you. I can hear you from my end.
Okay. All right, so I said there's 4 ways.
I can hear you as well.
All right, thank you so much for that. All right, you need to have at least 10 persons in participation, right? So this is where you gather people, like talk to them. You could, if you have a platform, you could do that. If you want to go to a church, you do that. If you have people, maybe the youth in your community, you want to talk to them about that, you could also do that as well. But there has to be at least a minimum of 10 persons in attendance so as to get the community project done. So the action kits that was beside of your project is going to give you a guide on how to properly execute this project. So it's going to give you, you don't need to go and start searching for what zero malaria is or what is not. So everything is in the action kit. So you're going to go through the action kit, you make sure to download it and you get the information you need. And that action kit, you're going to see some banners as well. So these banners, you print them out, then use them as well. Like you paste it in the place where you're going to carry
Oh, dear Lord. Well.
Okay. So you're going to print those banners out. And when you print them out, you're going to use them in the location where you're going to be carrying out your project. So there are also 2 forms that are very mandatory you fill. This calls the pre and post evaluation form. So the pre and post evaluation form is more like you getting the feedback and sending it to us. So the pre-evaluation form is a form you give to the participants. So you can make copies of it because it's in a PDF file on the on the action kit. So you have to print them out to be able to answer them. So you print these forms out and give it out to your participant. The pre-evaluation form contains questions that you need to ask your participants. This is basically to get them to get us to know whether or not they know this particular topic. Maybe say you want to talk about zero malaria. So the questions you're going to be asking is basically questions to know if they know what zero malaria is, if they know what the particular topic you're going to be talking to them on is all about. And the post-evaluation form. So this post-evaluation form is a form you give out to your participants after you must have carried out the talk show, the lessons about the particular topic you're working on. So you also give it out to them after you're done with the session. Like maybe you're talking to them about like the zero malaria I said earlier on. So after the class, so this form now will tell you whether or not they understood. It's more like evaluating their level of understanding of what you've taught them. So when you're done with that, you snap them and you send it when you're submitting your report. And you also make videos and pictures, short clips of the activities you're going to be doing on that day. So that is the first way in which you can carry out a project. So the second way, okay. You can also do a virtual, hello? Yeah, you can do a virtual project execution away also. So this virtual is where you speak up and advocate. So you could do it virtually, but this is more like a social media influencing. Like you talk about a particular issue on social media. To get this done, you make a video. That's speak up and advocate for a particular project. You make a video of the issue you're talking about, make at least a few minutes video of not more than 5 minutes, and post on your social media. So when you make this video, there are some banners that are going to be sent to you alongside the action kit. In the action kit, there are banners, you also post it and you do a little write-up. Basically, you are advocating for this particular issue you've chosen. But the video in this way of executing a project is very, very important and mandatory. You need to make a video of yourself advocating for this particular project. So the third way you can do this is by creating and innovate. Now, to create and innovate, this is majorly for influencers, okay? People who have a pool of people on the social media space where they can create. You could use your skill if you're a singer, if you're an actress, if just your skill, you use what you do to portray a particular project. Like most people that are musicians, they come up with a song relating to the project they're working on. Maybe you are working on depression, stress, and suicide. So you come up with a song, an original song that relates to that topic. Or maybe if you're an actress, you could also do a little short skit or a drama relating or advocating for this particular issue. So finally, the fourth one is to donate. Now, this is when you send monetary money in place of all these things. So if you say that, okay, I don't have the time to carry out this, all these other first three project executions, you can also send in money to drive a particular change in your community. All right. So these are the 4 ways in which you can execute a project. The first one is the community projects. This is where you gather people physically, you talk to them about an issue. The second one is to speak up and advocate. This speak up and advocate is where you use your social media platform, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, create a video of the particular topic, and then you post it there alongside the banner and tag us on each post you make in your different platforms. So you make sure to tag Do Take Action and the UNWomen in all the posts so we can track it. So the third one I said is for the influencer, which is to create and innovate. So you use your personal skill. If you're an actress, if you're an influencer, if you're a singer, you just create something out of what you do that influences, that can influence this particular project you're working on. And lastly, I said you can also donate to drive a change in your community. So those are the 4 ways in which you could execute your project. So now the last link on that links I've been sending is the step 3. So this step 3 now brings you to the registration proper. All right, where you register for the UNWomen with training. All right, that is the third step. It's going to ask you questions, your personal questions, basically about your business. Your business name is going to ask you for the CAC and all. So this is the registration proper. So I want, if you're carrying out all this registration, you do not skip. You cannot go to step 3 without going through step 1, because it makes it difficult for us here to merge your account. So you have to start with registering as a GDC first. Then you make sure to register a project, because if you register a project without registering as a GDC, we will not be able to link your profile. All right. Or maybe you jumped from registering as a GDC and jumped to registering for this program. We do not know you on our platform. So if you register, it will not reflect. So you have to start first from step 1, register as a GDC, make sure you get your code. If you do not get your code, kindly contact me and send me your full name. I'm going to check for our back end, because most of the times most people register and don't get their code instantly because of maybe some network connections or maybe some technical difficulties. But when you're done registering, you can contact me with your full name. If you're yet to get your code before the day runs out, I will check from my back end to see if you're registered. If you registered, it's going to show there, then I will send you your GDC code. The project as well, if you register a project, I can also check if you are yet to receive a mail confirming your project code, right? I can also check from the back end. So maybe if you register and you did not get any of this information, kindly reach back to me. I will be gladly waiting to receive whatever questions you would need. So I don't know, so far, if you have any questions you would like to ask me from the explanations I've given so far. So kindly indicate if you... All right, I can see a question here. I've registered, but I'm yet to get my code about executing a physical meeting. Okay, so Ma, I just got
And she
that.
said our meeting is on Thursday.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Ma.
She said our meeting is on Thursday. The event is on Thursday. The person that hasn't gotten a code or the keys.
Okay. The code. All right.
Yeah.
Ma, I don't know. Okay. Which of the projects did...
The owner of Galaxy A2, is it A21 or whatever? Please unmute yourself and talk about this project. Since it's almost here.
Are you
and if we
hearing
know
me?
your name, I'm asking you to unmute right now. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me, Ma?
I can hear you. It's the lady I'm even trying to talk to.
Okay. Okay, Ma, can you kindly unmute? Then what you do for me is you send me your full name. All right, so I'll check from my back end here to make sure that you're registered, and also send you an action kit. I don't know if you've received an action kit. Kindly indicate, Ma. Have you received any mail recently? Galaxy, I don't know the person's name though.
We've been telling the person to...
I guess would have to please, Madam Galaxy, if you will tell us, kindly unmute and
Madam Galaxy.
I'm sorry about that. It's just I don't know her name, so.
And she has refused to tell us her name.
Okay,
And
if
she's
that's the
not
case, we are moving ahead.
either. Okay,
Okay,
so
Madam Patsy.
Madam Patsy said she didn't hear what you said last. about
Okay,
registration.
on which of them is it? The registration for the project, the ways in which you can carry out the project, or the last registration, which is step 3. So kindly let us know which of them you're confused. Madam Passy?
Okay, I got. Yes, can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. I followed that. Thank you for the training. Now I followed up to the point where you have 4 ways you can go: the physical meeting, the social media, then your talent, or your money. I got up to those 4 points, four levels. But the last was saying about, I didn't get what she said about, after those, after she explained, the ways. So I don't know if she can go through that again for me.
Okay. So you want me to explain the last thing I said after the steps in which you can carry out a project, right? Okay, let me start from that. I said there are 4 ways in which you can carry out a project. The first one is the physical one, where you need to gather people. The second one is the social media. The third I said is create and innovate if you're an influencer,
Yes,
if you have a talent.
Ways in which you can carry out the project. You said something else after that.
Okay. The last thing I said is to donate and fund a project. So this is where you send in your money to drive a change in the community. So we have an account number. You could send in your money if you cannot do any of those 3. So if you say, okay, you don't have the time to carry out the first, the second, and the third, so you could also donate to drive change in your community. I don't know if that's okay, ma.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, ma.
Okay.
Yes,
Hello?
okay, I got it.
Okay. Madam Abiola is finally with us. Okay.
Yes, so it's a network. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good to have you here, ma.
Nice meeting you. Just take
Thank
my
you
name
so
to
much,
owner
ma.
of Galaxy. That would be very nice anyway. They can
So
own a
what you do
Galaxy.
for us,
Very
ma,
good.
right? You'd have
Ah,
to change your name, right?
okay, I
I'm
will.
helping her to change her name, right?
Okay, yes. So
Okay,
we
thank
can
you so
easily
much.
address each other by our real names.
Okay. So my
You are
project is meant for
Abiola Ndubisi.
Nwabuisi.
Sorry?
Abiola Nwabuisi.
Nwabuisi. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
All right, can you go ahead, ma, with your question?
Yes, I've registered. I've even
Okay.
taken an action. So the event is slated for Thursday. I was called from the office by one Mr. Christopher, who promised to send me the action kits. Hello?
All right. Yeah, Chris is one of my colleagues here, so he's in charge of democracy. So which of the issues did you choose?
I chose Know Your Right.
Know your right. Yes, that's under democracy.
Yeah.
So he's yet to send you your action kit for it, right?
Yes.
All right, we'll do that just now. Know your right, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so please apologize on his behalf. So we'll be sending that to you right now. So
Okay.
I and my colleague will work towards that. Thank you so much, ma.
I'm grateful. Thank you so much. And my
Okay.
GDC number code has not been sent as well.
Okay, it hasn't been sent. So I'm
Yeah.
going to look through, since I already have your name, I'm going to look through our database. Then I'll send it to you personally. You have my number on the WhatsApp group. So kindly private chat me with your number, asking for your GDC code, then your full name, and you're asking for your GDC code so I can search for you.
Okay.
Is that fine,
All right.
ma?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to drop your number in the chat box now?
Okay, I can do that as well. So
okay. All right.
Let me do that right now. So if we have more questions, I'm open to taking more.
Sorry, so who is in charge of business? Like when you want to make advocacy for business and all of that. Who do they
Come again,
talk
ma,
to?
please, I didn't get that.
Like some people want to advocate for good business environment, business laws also in Nigeria. Who is in charge of that? Some of
Sorry,
them
let
are
me
in
plug in my
core 3.
earphone.
Sorry?
Hello? Please come again with your question, ma.
I said, who is in charge of advocacy for businesses? Advocacy is there, but there seems to be no specific ones for business. I hope we are not losing you again to this network. Hello. Is your network going again? Okay, I guess I can chat you up and then get back to the platform.
Can you hear me, ma?
Pardon?
It's me. I'm using one of my colleagues' phone here to connect.
Yes, I know. I was asking that for those who want to advocate for business, good business environment, like a one-stop shop for business activities and that, how do they go about that? Who is in charge in the team? Because there are some women on the O.K'S platform as well that are interested in that, just as some of us are, although we've chosen other categories. So who would they talk to for their business kit, for the action kits? I think your network is acting up. All right, so Ms. Bassey's number is in the chat box under Churchill's name caption. You can have a number there. And you will do well by just sending WhatsApp text instead of calling because of other very, very busy schedule. Please send out WhatsApp to ask your question. You really want to get an answer.
Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So you were asking a question relating to if somebody wants to do a project under a business related issue, right?
Yes, like advocacy
have-
for a one-stop
we have
business place.
an issue that does that. It's called economic growth and opportunity. So it's generally about businesses and all. So I can leave the contact details of the project manager in charge of that much later on the platform. So you can easily reach out if that's what you want to be doing, that's the project you would like to execute, if you want to execute any project under that. So I'll leave the contact information of each project manager in charge of the 8 issues. So you can easily reach out to them whenever you want to. Is that fine, ma?
Yeah, that's great. Are you leaving them on the Core 3 platform?
Yes, ma. I'll be leaving it on the Cohort 3 platform since that's where it's needed.
I've left the Core 3 platform. So I will need to post it on O.K'S. I announced my exit now. I'm not there.
Yes, you told me about that, ma. But I can easily send it to you as well, ma, so you can post it on your O.K'S.
So I can share it on the O.K'S platform.
Yes, ma.
For everybody.
Yes, ma. Okay.
And so they are my juniors.
All right, ma. That's duly noted. So I don't know if there's anyone who's having any questions on anything to contribute. Kindly.
Who is raising hand in the chat box? Somebody's finger is raised. I don't know what.
Okay. Success, Madam Success patient.
Oh, okay. The person is trying to Fola Shade Onidamola.
All right.
Success is also raising a hand.
Okay, let me hear you, Madam Success, please. Kindly unmute Madam Success and ask your question, please.
Could that be a mistake?
Madam Success, are you with us? I think she's not with us. There's
Okay, one
someone here.
Onidamola is raising her finger in the chat box.
All right, kindly ask your question, ma. Madam
Hello, good
Onidamola.
afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, ma. Good to have you here.
Same with me. Thanks so much for the presentation.
Thank you
Of the
so
4
much, ma.
points you mentioned now, can you hear me, ma?
Yes, go ahead, ma, please.
Of the 4 points you mentioned earlier on,
Okay.
those 4 points, is it compulsory one goes through all the 4 points, or you just choose one? I mean, the physical gathering, the social media.
Just one.
Just one,
He
just
wants
one.
to know
You're not
whether
doing
they are
the whole.
different
No, no.
form.
You just choose one out of the 4, which suits you better, which works for you better. So if the physical gathering works for you, if the social media works for you, if you're an influencer, you can create and innovate. If you'd want to donate, it's just one out of the 4.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Yes, ma'am. So any other person? If you have any questions, I'm here to answer you.
Success, you are already unmuted. Can you tell us? You have your hands up.
Okay, actually, like mine, I'm having just a small scale business I'm doing, like provisions. So thinking of to take it high, as in to make it big. How do you think I can go about it?
I'm sorry, Madam Success. Can you kindly repeat the question? I didn't get it.
She's running a small business. She's wondering how she can scale up.
So she wants to do a scale up?
Yes, she wants to scale up. She wants to make it bigger.
Okay, that's interesting. So it's the same person you're going to meet, the person that is under economic growth and opportunity. So I'm going to leave his number. So there's a project under Skill Up in economic growth and economic growth and opportunity. So you would reach out, he will reach out to you, or maybe I'll drop his number so you can reach out to him. So he'll give you further guidance on the topic. Is that fine, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm not really sure that that's what patients want. She's running you are talking of GDC. She's talking about our own business.
Okay.
Patient, correct me if I'm wrong. So,
no, ma'am.
Okay, so she's running a small business, and I'm sure what's going on her mind is whether this program is suitable for her. And I want to encourage you that yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the things that the program will make you to do is also to become a very big business person. Today, you think you are running just a provision store, but you can, take part in procurement that can supply the whole of Lagos house with what they will use, and then that's where you start. But one of the things the program is going to help you do is also to be able to get your papers right. Because without you paying tax, without you having all the documentations, you won't be able to scale up in business. You'll just be there. And that's one of the reasons why the UNWomen who do take action is saying this to women to come now and be counted among the big procurement giants. So you are in the right place. You are in a good place. If you will need any help, you can talk to me later so that we can fashion out, if your business is not registered, even before you get into your cohort, let's do something about it. Let's try and get certain things ready so that you can be ready for the big time ahead of you. Because that's the whole idea. That's the whole picture. That's what it's all about, But also, as you do that, as the UNWomen do take action, we are all trying to help you. We also expect you to be able to help your community.
Okay, ma'am.
That's where the GDC comes in. And I'm sure we all want to leave this world better than we have met it. So you need to also impact on others in your own very small little way. That's what the GDC is all about. And that's a prerequisite for you getting into the training. Okay, so that's what Ms. Bassi has been, educating us about. Okay, so when she drops the numbers of those that are on top of the games in all of the sections that we can do GDC on, I will drop this on the platform as well, so that we can all choose our projects, and then we'll be eligible to attend the training. And I tell you for free, this training is going to catapult your businesses to higher ground, because you have a lot of things to gain. You have the people in charge of procurement to network with. You have access to a lot of information, and you have access to a lot of procurement you can do on your own. And by the time you leave, you'll be prepared to face the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Madam O.K., for that wonderful explanation. I mean, I'm glad to have you here. I mean, you've seen it, you've been there, so you are more like our testimony here. So I'm so glad you're here. So, Madam Success, I hope that has clarified any question you had in mind. Yes. So no matter how small your business is, we're here to help you out. There are lots of people who come in with small businesses, but they end up leaving with new, improved knowledge on how to expand their businesses, on how to compete even with the top-notch companies around. So don't belittle yourself by thinking your business is small, all right? This is an equal opportunity space where everybody gets to come together and acquire knowledge to be better from where you are, to make you a better woman, right? In terms of business, right? Thank you so much, Madam Success. Okay, I have Madam Atta here. So please kindly unmute up and ask your question.
I'm unmuted already. Thank you
right.
very much. It's the question of the last speaker that actually created a reminder in my head, sort of. I want to ask, I know I've been in the cohort, I've been following the trainings. Is there another time that will be created for maybe newcomers? Because I have a couple of friends and colleagues that are women that I'm sure will be interested in this UNWomen stuff thing. In fact, the education is it's enormous. I'm sure they will be interested. Will there be a time that you can start another round for newcomers, or will I be advised, or is it okay if I?
Okay, I think I get what you're trying to ask, Ma. So currently,
has Cohort 3 started yet?
No. Cohort 3, we're in the process, we're in the works of Cohort 3 now. So Cohort 3 is yet to commence, right? So this is an opportunity, an avenue for you to call on your friends to join in, because Cohort 3 will be starting next year, right? So the classes you must have been entering and you've been participating is for Cohort 2, which is currently rounding up. So there's going to be an avenue for you, right? You're going to start afresh. You're going to have the same classes that they've been having. You're going to have chance to ask your questions from the professionals that are going to be coming on set on that day on the session. So you can send the WhatsApp link to them to join in for to the WhatsApp group and register for this cohort, because when we commence with the onboarding, there won't be another opportunity until the next cohort. So they cannot join in when we commence with the onboarding. So now is the time for you to get them on board so they can learn with you while on this cohort. So I hope, I don't know if that answered your question, Madam Atta.
Yeah, I think that, yes. Because I was wondering whether, since Cohort 3 will start in January, what we can do is to give you the link to O.K'S network, and then you
Yes.
bring them to yourself, and then they get prepared just as you are being prepared now.
Yes.
And then they can join Cohort 3 better. Because if people had known the process, we wouldn't have had any cost for this Zoom meeting. If the if the process had been shared, if the process had been known that you have to register for GTC and then go ahead to register for your class, because people actually just think that from O.K'S platform, that
They're
platform that they
automatically
are
registered.
going, yes, that from that they go to register for class. But the way it stands now, that's just an in-between platform for the real Cohort 3.
Yes.
And when will you start the onboarding, please?
Okay. A date has not been set, but we're working towards that. So before the year runs out, we'll make sure to do that before the Christmas holidays. So hopefully this month or early next month, we should be doing that.
Okay. All right. So what I'll do is to share because I was thinking that after this meeting, we will also close up on that particular O.K'S business network for UN, because that's specially created for UNWomen's program. We pull people from all the platforms, from all the business platforms to join that. So I was thinking that after this Zoom meeting, I will change the link, and then we can call it a day, because I thought your Cohort 3 onboarding has already started.
Okay.
But since that has not started, I will reshare the O.K'S platform's link, so that women on the platform can still bring their own women, their friends, and then we can then give them the link after talking to them like this. Since we are recording this meeting, it goes a long way, because shared on the platform intermittently, so that people can know and understand, and then the questions they will be asking on the platform will be very minimal. I think that should work. Right.
Thank you so much, Mark. And if you would, you could add me as well to the group. So maybe if there's any information, I can easily share it with you, so you don't have to go back and forth anymore. So if you don't mind, add me as well to the group.
That would be great, because the two men on our platform, I think they are choked with so many women, and so they are not talking.
Yes, I understand. So maybe if there's
Precious
a question,
are not staying.
They don't understand the woman's world, so you won't blame them. So maybe you could just add me to the group. So maybe if there's any questions, I can easily answer.
Okay.
When I'm free.
But you won't mind also that apart from the UNWomen's thing, we still talk about our businesses, because it's a business network.
Okay, so, it's fine. It's fine, man. I'll just maybe respond to the one that concerns me.
So no, even if it doesn't concern you and you have a voice in it, just say it. Just talk about it. Just because, like, I'm going to bring a tax man to the platform to come and talk to the women about taxation, and also register them.
Oh, okay, you know, that's nice.
Those who will want to, so that they don't get to the courts and then start looking for tax papers. Because, you know, for most procurements, at least the least you can have is tax. So, and some people don't even have registered businesses. So we also look at that as well, because
that's really a great one. That's really a great one. And the women are already coming prepared, so they don't have to be limited by any factor, because that's tax compliance is one of the major criteria you should have.
At least is even the least that anybody, if you want to register for any procurement, and I really want all the women to take part in big procurement opportunities, so that the suffering can be lessened. Because I mean, when you train women, you train the whole world.
Yes.
So
thank you so amazing much. Unicorns. You've got yourself a very wonderful boss here. She's a woman after like, what will I even call it? I mean, she wants to make the best out of you all. So I'd encourage you all to stick with her. All right. So I will have to beg to leave right now because I have other engagements, right? So, but you have my number right now. So if you are having any questions, if you have any confusions anywhere, just kindly reach out to me. If I don't answer immediately, as soon as I get it, I'm going to answer the question. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bassey.
It
Thank
was
you.
really an exciting
Please, ladies,
session.
let's say thank you to her in the chat box. Let's say thank you to her.
So much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Madam Oyinda.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Madam. Okay. Thank you for having me today. All right. Do enjoy the rest of your day, ma.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye. All right. So if we do not have any question, I think we should also call it a day so that we can go ahead with our other engagements. We'll meet on the platform if there's any other thing we need to say or talk about. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you got value and it was a time well spent. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Together, we are going to make the world a better place. Together, we are going to be able to take care of our family properly because we'll be a woman, we'll all be women that are up and doing. Because I know normally women are not lazy. It's just lack of opportunities that make us to take the back seat most of the time. We are not lazy. We don't have enough information. And so we don't really know exactly what to do. But now you have information, please make use of the information. And God Almighty will help us all. When people are saying there is a casting down, we are going to be saying there is a lifting as the Lord liveth. All right, thank you very much. Do have a great day ahead. God bless you all.
Yes, ma'am. Bye. Thank you too.
Bye-bye.